Yeah, I greet you all from wherever you're watching from. You're welcome to another special edition of Sami Speaks TV. So today we are going to be discussing something very important, something very vital about life. We are going to be quickly talking about three things today. And the number one of these three things that we are going to be talking about today is what kind of foundation are you laying? When we are talking about foundation here, we are not talking about the foundation we lay down before we start building houses. We are talking about foundation that has to do with the future. The future is not a thing that happens immediately. Laying down a good foundation, it takes series of steps. There are so many things that are involved in laying down a good foundation for the future. So the kind of foundation you lay today determines the kind of future you are going to build. Because if you take, for example, before you start building a house, you have to lay down a foundation. If the foundation is not strong enough, the house that you are going to build on that foundation is 100% assurance that in a short while of time, the house will definitely go down. So that is how it also is when you lay down a foundation that is not solid for yourself, for the future, probably for your children. At the end of the day, you get to a certain point in life that it will seem that everything you have been working hard for has gone down the drain. So if you really take your time to check, you will not discover that the foundation you laid down was not strong enough. That is why you could not get to where you want to. That is why you could not achieve or rather attain that goals that you wanted to attain or achieve. So the kind of foundation you lay down today determines the kind of future you are going to experience tomorrow. So I want to let you know that it is good to lay down a good foundation so that the future will be brighter. That is the number one. Then the number two question is this: how are you exploring opportunities around you today? You know, people believe that miracle just happens. Though miracle do happen unexpectedly, but it is also wise that you make use of every good opportunities that comes your way. Take for instance, maybe you are not in your home country. Maybe you traveled out of your country, and you know that the best thing to do is to key in into the system of that particular country you are, even while you are also in your country, in your own country. There are opportunities that people don't take advantage of, but it gets to a certain time, you'll not be regretting, oh, I wish I know I would have taken advantage of this opportunity. By then it is already late. So every good opportunities that come to your way, like I said before, maybe you are not in your own country. You know that when you travel from your country to another country, the first thing you have to do is to search out, how can I key into the system of this country that I am. The first thing you have to do is to learn the language if you are not in a English speaking country. That is the first step. You have to learn the language because you need this language to communicate with the people you are going to be probably working with or where you are going to be schooling. So that is very important. And there are so many other various opportunities that you have to take advantage of. The one I just said, that is just an example. There are some persons that just like to sit down, relax, and waiting for manna to fall from above. The time of that has passed. So before you are able to achieve every goals in life, you have to work hard for it so that you will not regret at the end of it. So my candid advice to you today is don't miss any opportunity that may come your way. At the beginning, it might seem so tough. At the beginning, it might seem so rough. It might seem so very hard. But the harder you go, the better your future become. So take advantage of every good opportunities that come your way, so that through there you can be able to plan ahead for the future. And the third one is, how are you investing in the future? This is the problem with many of our young youths today in the world. We just believe in eating today and forgetting tomorrow. And you forgot that where you take from every day and you don't replace it, or you don't have plan to replace it, you don't discover that at the end of the day you are left with nothing. So it is good to invest in the future. Whatsoever you are getting today, make sure you have a plan for tomorrow. Don't just eat for today and forget about tomorrow. There's this popular saying that says, eat today, tomorrow will provide for itself. As for me, I don't agree to that philosophy, because it is what you work today that you will eat tomorrow. If you don't work today, if you don't lay a foundation today, like the number one thing I said, tomorrow is not assured for you. So it is good you make investment. What are we talking about when we are saying make investments? Or how are you investing in the future? Investment does not practically mean going into a business, though that is part of it. Make plans that will affect your tomorrow. Take, for instance, somebody that did not go to work, as in somebody that did not learn a profession, you did not go to school, you are not working. How do you expect your tomorrow to be probably when you get old? Because it is what you work on ground today, it is the seed you plant today, that is what you will harvest tomorrow. But on the ground that you did not plant any seeds today, you are not expected to harvest anything tomorrow, because you have not given the soil any seeds to grow for you. So my great people, let's invest in the future. Don't just look at today and forget about tomorrow. There are people out there today, they just believe that anything you get today, you spend it today. No, it's not so. You have to save for the rainy days, because you don't know what tomorrow may be. So I want you to focus on the future. Like I said in the beginning, what kind of foundation are you laying? Lay down a good foundation so that you can begin to build on it. From there, you can achieve your goals step by step. And the second one, don't forget to make use of every opportunity, to exploit every opportunity that comes your way. And the third one, which is make sure you invest in the future, so that when you are old, so that when you can no longer work, everything you have worked for before will not be what you are eating. That is what we understand by eating the fruit of your labor. It is only a man that has labored that will eat the fruit of his labor. But if you have not labored, there is no way you can eat another man's labor, the fruit of another man's labor, because I cannot give you my food to eat because I labored for mine. So you also have to labor for yours. So everybody has his own future to build, his own investments to invest in, so that the future will be brighter. So I want to leave you with this word today. Don't give up. God is there to always back us in everything that we do, because it is what we present to God, that is what God had his power into. Then we'll begin to exploit. But once we sit down doing nothing, not making plans for tomorrow, I don't believe God can work in that way, because the Bible even made us to understand that faith without work is dead. So when you are having faith in God, when you are expecting a miracle from God, you have to also work towards it. so that that miracle, that thing you're expecting from God, will come to materialization. But if you just fold your hands, sit down for manna to be falling from heaven, that is not a good idea. I don't believe such things they do exist. So put all your effort to make sure your future is brighter. So I leave you with this today. Then see you again in my next video. And please don't forget to share. Don't forget to tag your friends. Share, view, comment on this video. If there is any question you would like to ask, if there's something you want me to discuss about, don't forget to leave it on the comment section. Then see you again. I love you.
Yeah, yeah.